Thank you.
Here we go. So first and foremost, everyone who just dialed in, a warm welcome. It might be in the morning, lunch, or evening, wherever you are dialing in from. And to introduce myself, I'm the international president of organization Women International Trade. And OWIT is existing since 1989, which was based and created and founded in Washington, mainly for catering the US market, so to say, for women traders to do trade outside import-export. Then it expanded to Canada, Latin America, and OWIT Lake Geneva was the first European chapter for about, in a row, 10 years. And I'm based in Switzerland. And this is how I was acquainted with OWIT Lake Geneva, which I like so much. It's like a tribe where you get in, you cannot get out. So it's something like that of it. And now I'm the international president. And we are really believing in joining forces. We are believing from union comes strength. And as I met Tuna by an interesting event where they could not find or were looking for a keynote speaker, and I was available for whatever reason, I said, oh my God, trade, logistics, trade. I mean, both are intertwined, linked with each other, and we need to do a partnership. And this is how we embarked on the journey. And today is about a meet and greet. Why? Because OWIT Trade, we've got 2,000, 3,000 members all around the world. We are present in 27 countries. Now we added as well country, which is Turkey. And we are expanding even further. So, and Tuna is also a very passionate woman about women's economic empowerment, women's force, but also fair and equal treatment, fair and equal representation in all spheres of industries. And me as well. I want to have that women's voice are also present where at the table where trade policies are done. And that's what OWIT stands for, an advocacy champion for trade policies. What we are doing, we can go a bit later into that. But first and foremost, it's about to get to know, because this is the OWIT event, to get to know Logifem and what you're doing, how you're empowering women, what else can we do together, because this is just the start. We are planning more events, could be webinars, could be in-person events, and we're going to reveal anyways. Your event is well in Marrakesh and ours in Johannesburg very soon. So Tuna, so delighted to welcome you here in our webinar about the meet and greet with Logifem and the partnership with OWIT International. And we really want to know about you. We want to get to know Logifem because we don't know a lot. Obviously, before signing the partnership, we sent the link and everything, but to hear from the founder, from the passionate woman itself, it's for us precious. So Tuna, please, with no further ado, take us through your story.
Thank you so much, Julia. Thank you for this amazing and inspiring speech. I'm so happy to be here. Good evening from Istanbul, everyone. I'm Tuna and I'm 34 years old. I live in Istanbul, Turkey. I studied my bachelor in international trade and business administration at Bahçeşehir University in Istanbul. And after that, shipping was always my passion, and I went to UK. I studied my master's in shipping and logistics. And since then, I have been in this industry, which has been already 12 years. I have been in every leg of every consignment of shipping and logistics. I worked in air, I worked in sea, in operations, sales, overseas, and in many countries in variable companies. After a long time, I lived in different countries in the world. I worked in New York, I worked in UK and London, and then I came back to my country. Since then, I have been again working in this industry by promoting every year, by developing myself every year, of course. Almost 6 years back, I established my own company. with a partner, but then it went in wrong ways, and yeah, she cheated on me, and then I was totally broke, and it was really tough times for me. But what I did next day, I didn't even let myself down for even one day. Next day I went to the government office, and I opened my own company again. Once again, I didn't even give a break for one day for myself. I said I have to move on, and I will go on, because this is what I love. This is what I'm dedicated myself in, both in educational side and the practical side in shipping and logistics. So all the team from previous company, they came with me as well. Of course, it was tough times, both financially and mentally, but what I did, I just kept working on. And during these times, I have realized that also the number of women was quite less compared to men in this industry. And it has been always my dream to establish a network for women in the global logistics world. So this is what I did 5 years back. I am the founder of the first global women network in the logistics world. And what we do is we are trying to create gender diversity in the industry, which is totally male dominated. And we are trying to bring all women leaders in the industry to come together and empower each other, exchange business, try to support each other in business terms, and inspire each other as well. We have organized two meetings before in Turkey. First one was in Cappadocia, and second one was in Antalya. Our next event will be in Marrakesh, hopefully in May, which we are expecting almost 300 women leaders all around the world who dedicated themselves into logistics, of course. So this is kind of a passion for me. This is what I committed to myself, to bring more women on the table, because for men, this industry, it is their seats are taken for granted. But for us, we have to give double efforts to take those seats, which is perfectly fine. And we don't feel any competition with men. We don't dismiss them, or we don't discriminate them, because we don't men and women, they don't compete with each other. We complete each other. But what we are trying to do is to give more value as women to this industry and shape our future in the logistics with more number of women. And this is quite important these days, because there are lots of women who face more challenges, especially in this industry. And we are trying to also inspire them as being an entrepreneurs in this industry. And we support them. We do our best for them to empower them to maybe establish their own companies, or help them to survive in this industry, or for their recruitment processes, for anything. We don't just allow like women leaders, or we call them women leaders. Of course, we are all leaders in our own pathways, but we don't allow just with the experienced and like more, let's say, plus 50 women, but also we allow young ladies who wants to promote themselves in logistics as well. So this is a great society where young and like middle age or higher age women, we all come together, we all inspire each other, and we all learn from each other. So what I believe that with OWIT, our objectives align in high level. And once I met with Hülya, it was a great motivation for me as well, that I saw there are lots of women in the world who are trying to do the same way, who are trying to empower each other, because there are many types of women as well that we face also challenges sometimes from women, as I mentioned, as my previous partner. But it doesn't mean that since there are some jealous women or toxic women sometimes, I never lose I never lost my faith in believing in women. Since then, I keep this society strong. I try to welcome more women within this society. And I'm trying to do my best to put all of my efforts for every woman to enable them to empower each other and help them to reach their goals.
Wow, awesome, wonderful. So Logifam is the first global women's network for logistics. And if we say logistics, right? And I'm not the expert, but I learned from Tuna there are many different types. How many logistics types do exist? And exactly concretely, how do you empower women in this field? What do you do exactly? So that will be really interesting for us to know as the OWIT family.
So, what we do basically is that you are doing the trading, and this is, we cannot separate trade and logistics, of course, because for the trade, you need logistics. Without logistics, there is no trade in the world. And when we are talking here, all the trade are going through it around the world by logistics. Still, there are like planes flying and there are vessels sailing all around the world. So, what we do basically within the logistics, we transport everything, and we do them by like vessels, we do sea freight, we do air freight, we do rail freight, rail transportation, trucking, intermodal. So we are as freight forwarders. We call it like freight forwarding industry. We do break bulk as well. So we carry everything by every consignment type from A point to B point, anywhere in the world, from anywhere to anywhere. So how we do that is that the main thing, you need agents for that, of course, because there are trades going all around the world. And we help everyone, especially ladies, of course, to come together. And for example, one lady is coming from Kenya and the other one is from, let's say, Netherlands and Australia. So they can help each other within the logistics service. Once anyone have any trade between those countries, they are able to meet in our conference, and then they are able to support each other for any type of consignments. But of course, some of us are more specialized in air, some of us are more in sea or more in trucking, but it doesn't matter. We welcome all, because you never know, you can develop your business anytime with any customer. So once we come together, we arrange a conference and we bring all the agents, all the freight forwarders, women leaders in this industry to come together. We have B2B meetings, and during those B2B meetings, uh, each lady from each country, they meet with each other for 15 minutes. So they explain each other what they do, where they are from, and their specialized services within logistics. So once they need any service from any particular country, they contact with each other. So it allows them to develop their business. And once they need anyone from Kenya, once they need anyone from Australia, they are easily able to call each other and help each other. So this is basically what we do. But of course, during our conferences, it's not just, we don't want to make it like a business call, but we are trying to make them enjoy as well. So during the event, we include lots of activities, workshops, panels, parties for ladies to enjoy, and dinners, as well as team building activities, which also enable everyone to get along with each other, to get to know each other better. Because for me, business starts with building up friendship first. Once you build up friendship, once you get along with each other, after this relationship, the business comes somehow. Networking is
Nice.
very important. Yeah. So we are trying to increase networking between women in this industry.
Wonderful. So this conference is actually matchmaking, but also for us to understand how you are empowering women with fun, with creating bond and creating trust. And I think that's the most important thing that we need and that we are building on as women. So I know we've got some OWIT crowd here. So any questions to Tuna, who's the founder of Logifem, because I saw some people died in later. Who's the founder, CEO of the one and only Women's Global Network for Logistics? Any questions for her? You can unmute yourself and ask the question. Let me see. No. Seems like we don't have. Here we've got Sarita. Go ahead.
Hi, Tuna. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed listening to what you were talking about when it comes to logistics and empowering women in this space. And my question to you, considering international trade has so many other areas to help exporters and importers, do you work with women in other areas of international trade? For example, I run a research institute. I do the research, the trade policy analysis for companies that want to export and identify the right markets, and then let's say someone's in finance, global finance. So I'm just curious, how do you connect and empower women in other spaces within international trade?
Thank you very much. This is a very good question. Yes, we do that. We have partnerships with other women organizations and other women from different but related industries in the world as well. Likewise, for example, we have some software companies run by women or managed by women. So we welcome them to our conference, of course, but they give service for logistics industries and logistics companies as well. We have some traders besides joining our conference. We have also panelists. For example, we have a psychologist who run the General European Union Psychologist Organization. She is a lady. She has been in psychology industry, which is a totally different world than logistics, yet still we need it. So she's also joining our conference. So we are trying to combine all type of supports, not just we are like limiting ourselves for logistics, but we are trying to combine other women organizations or the women who are running other type of women organizations as well, to combine them with Logifem Society, bring them together so they can exchange some supports. This is what we do with OWIT as well. For example, next week I'm going to Dubai. I'm panelist in break bulk Middle East, but in women in break bulk leg. So we are hosting the women in break bulk industry as well. So we are trying to touch all women organizations in the world one by one, and we are trying to see how more value we can add together to each other, and how in other ways we can exchange support and support each other as well. So yes, we are trying to do our best to include more, if I can respond your question in this way.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Sarita. And please, all the ones who dialed in, please feel free to connect over LinkedIn. This is our social and professional media platform where we can connect to each other. Don't only stay here, because that makes sense. Any other questions from the OWIT crowd? Just going around? No. In between, if there is a question, you let me know. Now, since we've got Logifem, right? Now, who's OWIT? We did exchange already with Tuna, and I know for a fact that we have as well a huge crowd of Logifem. And you might wonder what OWIT is doing. We have been established in 1989 in Washington, D.C. And the aim was to be a destination for women who are traders, who've got their own businesses, who want to import, export their goods and services to different countries. So mainly our members were trade experts, trade lawyers, business owners who want to do real trade and expand globally. Firstly, we had lots of US chapters, then Canada and Latin America came in, and OWIT Lake Geneva was the first European chapter for more than 10 years. Now we have even expanded in Europe itself as well. So I'm the international president. My name is Hülya Kurt. I'm origin Turkish, grew up in Germany, then went back to Istanbul, did my career, landed as an expat in Geneva, Switzerland with a multinational, made redundant, created my own company, and I'm with OWIT more than 10 years now. And I love it to bits because I can see the empowerment. And as Tuna alluded to it, sometimes we women are our best enemies. However, I don't lose faith and hope neither. And for me, the one sentence is important is from union comes strength. We are now operating in more than 26, 27 countries. Turkey is the latest one, but we are very much dominant as well in the African continent. Why? After the African Free Trade Agreement, women are buzzing there with their businesses and they want to expand. They want to be global. And for that, as Tuna said, we need to have logistics, of course. So let's go back to OWIT, what we are doing. We've got somehow our 5 pillars that we have established. It's like advocacy for trade, acting as champions on trade policies, and we're working very closely with WTO, World Trade Organization. Obviously, I'm based in Geneva, and all these organizations are based in Geneva. WTO, ITC, International Trade Center, WIPO, very important as well, intellectual property for any woman who sets up their business. Protect your brand. And also, of course, UN Women. And this is what we try to do here, to move the needle, to have the voice at the table heard for women. But not only that, we're also empowering women entrepreneurs in the entrepreneurial ecosystem. Moreover, we also have access to knowledge. Education is key. So that's why we've got a webinar series every month on how to do business. For example, the last one was last week, between UK and Tampa Bay, or between Canada and the US, or how to do business with Canada in general, for example, and how to scale up, how to protect, how to have access or be investment ready. So it's all these questions which are in the heads of the woman to do trade successfully. And that's what we try to do, access to knowledge. We also work with the UN and ITC She Trades to create a webinar series for scaling up and educating our women. Might be in communication, personal branding, believing in yourselves, and how to do trade and how to set up your business. Networking, as Tuna said, networking is number one. And if we know each other, and that's what networking is about, we create trust. Humans do business with humans, and not with AI, not with artificial intelligence. We need to know the person. And networking is number one, whether online or on-site in person. It does not matter, but we want to talk to each other. We want to know each other. And that's where we have all these wonderful conferences. And partner collaborations, obviously, this is what we do with Logifem. So really, we are happy and we are delighted to be partners with Logifem. Trade logistics goes hand in hand. And we work with men as well and women in all facets of international trade. And it's designed to promote and advance women in trade and in business. So we're acting like a bridge between the forefront, the real women who do trade, and also international organizations. So that's me, more or less. So I made a bit of a summary what we are doing and how we are doing. We've got also a big summit, which is coming up in Johannesburg. So it's going to be on the 13th and 14th of May. It's about showcasing women's goods as well, having a marketplace, but also having keynote speakers, having panel discussions, and also do networking. And as each year we do, we've got OWIT award ceremony as well as part of our gala dinner. So we always each year have nominees for the best chapter of the year, the best member of the year, the best partner of the year. I'm going to hand over the best women of the year in trade to Madame Ngozi, General Director of WTO, because that's my choice as the president's choice. And we're going to have, as Tuna said, as well, fun, but also informative, decisive, and intentional. So that's more or less about OWIT. And if I go into the chat, Tuna, thank you for the link. Apologize, I need to live in, okay, that's wishing, okay, wonderful. Thank you so much, Emma, for this wonderful wish. So with no further ado, I'm also open for questions for Logifem. Is there any questions? Because we had already wonderful talks with Tuna. So Tuna and me, we had already. But if there are any questions around what OWIT does, how we can collaborate with each other, even further, we are open all ears because brainstorm is really important for us. Thank you so much, Oslea. We appreciate that. And you are very welcome, Logifem, as you can see. Rasi, Blessing is coming in. She's our president of Nigeria. Any questions from Logifem to us? And anyone who just dived in, you're absolutely welcome. Hi.
Hi, Madam President.
Hi, Blessing. How are you doing?
I'm fine. I've been struggling to join in.
Oh my God, that's sad. I mean, Tuna did already the presentation about Logifem and what they're doing, and me too about OWIT. We also answered some questions, but maybe in short, Tuna, just if you can give a rundown to Blessing, and she might have questions because she's the president of Nigeria chapter, and they're very powerful over there as women traders.
Amazing. Welcome.
Thank you so much. And same here.
Yeah, nice to see you. So basically, we are Logifem, as Hülya mentioned, and we have just started this partnership with OWIT. What we do, we represent the first woman network in the logistics world, and we are trying to bring all women who works in the logistics industry to come together and empower each other and support each other within business. But of course, we have been discussing that we cannot separate with trading and logistics because this is the nature of each other, that they go together. They have to go together. Without logistics, you cannot trade. So we have been discussing with Hülya, of course, what more value we can add to each other. But of course, there are lots of traders, lots of women traders in OWIT, and lots of women logisticians in Logifem. So I believe if we can come together, we can do a lot of things. All of our women partners and members, they can also support each other and exchange business. And this is a quite nice business opportunity for each members as well. This is what I believe. And of course, we are dedicated to women empowerment in the business life in the international world. So this is quite empowering and inspiring and exciting for me as well. So I'm so happy about this partnership. And let's see what we can do together in the future. Of course, we will be working on that. We will be organizing maybe some other webinars, virtual or on-site conferences or meetings, maybe a global women summit one day where all women traders and all women logisticians come together and they can work together easily. So this is also a great chance. This might be a great opportunity for everyone in here. And I'm so happy about it. Yeah.
So Blessing, she raised her hand. Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Madam President. You are always on time and looking for a way that the women of OWIT around the globe can facilitate trade and it will be easy for them to work. Knowing that logistics is an issue when it comes to export, I want to know, because most of the logistics firms that you have are most of the logistics firms that you have today have to doorsteps, moving from one country to the doorsteps. And a lot of women are not using some of this logistics because it's rather too expensive. So they are looking for alternative route. Hope this their own logistics will be a logistics that everybody can key in. It's cheaper. If it's cheap, you see a lot of women coming to them so that they can all work together. That is one thing we need to look and work with them to see how it will be affordable for women. You know, I do a lot of trade facilitation, and it will be very good for us in OWIT to work with them. And I'm open to working with my president to make this partnership a success, especially from African.
Yeah, that's very good point. Thank you so much. We are also trying to do the same to make it more affordable for other women partners and logisticians in the world. And of course, for the trader side, the most important item that you should make it affordable and financially protect yourself is the logistics part, the freight part. So this is the most important part that Logifem members can assist OWIT traders and members as well. So we will do our best for this, of course, and I'm sure that many Logifem members will be supporting you in this way. So we can definitely work on this part.
You're absolutely right, Blessing. And Blessing is also my co-program VP for programming. You know, whilst Tuna was speaking, Blessing, maybe we can have a webinar about how can we do freight forward logistics bit more affordable, maybe from Africa to different continents. I'm just thinking out loud. This is a brainstorm session, right? It's not also meet and greet. Maybe might be interesting. What do you think?
Yes, Madam President, and we could do a trial. I could get one or two women to do a trial logistics with them. And number two, yeah, it will be good if we can invite her to our OWIT conference in South Africa for her to speak. If she's open, there is no sponsorship, I must tell her. But I would like if she will make it and let a lot of women know what she's doing, and that will be a great one for her and for OWIT as a woman in trade that is facilitating trade.
Above all, also I have my own shipping company. Whatever you need, anything from Turkey for any kind of trade or logistics service, I will be more than happy to help to you. More than happy to be helpful. And also, I can also introduce all Logifem members all around the world. I know many strong women who can help you out with any type of freight forwarding services and logistics services, or anything you need in any country. I can introduce them, I can make you connect and help you out with networking with them. So this is why we are here, for networking and supporting each other, of course. So anything you need, again, you can get my contact details, or you can contact with Miss President, Miss Hülya, and she can make you contact with me as well. So we are here to support you, worldwide transportation services.
Wonderful. And Blessing, by the way, Logifem has got their big conference as well the week before, the week after. When was that? We have got ours on the 13th, 14th,
At the
15th.
end of May, 20 to 24 May,
Yes.
in Marrakesh. We will be hosting all women logisticians all around the world. It will be in Marrakesh, Morocco, the last week of May. And yours, I think, 1 week before us.
Yes. You're more than happy. If you have time, can't jump over to Johannesburg.
Of course, I will do my best, but it will be very difficult for both of us because the times are quite close to each other. So hopefully we can organize something together next time as OWIT and Logifem and bring more women together.
Absolutely. From union comes strength. So I'm just reading. Caroline she's from New York. Enjoying staying connected with OWIT community. Thank you. Comment that we should complete one another, not compete. Thanks, Caroline. And then Nila, People are dropping off slowly but surely, but this is recorded. So I will put it, of course, on our OWIT YouTube channel, and I will send the recording to you as well. Blessing, I can share Tuna's definitely contact details to you directly, so you can get in touch and see how we can work together, expanding further. We don't need to go astray. We can support each other in all ways, forms, and shapes. So with that said,
Thank you,
any
Madam
other
President.
questions? Thank you, Blessing. Any other questions from anyone? We're going around the clock. I'm seeing if there are any hands raised on the chat.
I also put my LinkedIn profile on the chat. So if anyone wants to get in contact with me, you can do that either from there or through Miss President Julia.
And we've got Lucia on. Lucia is the president of Uganda. Hi, Lucia.
Hi, President Julia. It's nice to be here. How are you all? Thanks so
We are
much
very
for that
well. We
lady.
are very well, Lucia.
So now, I'm asking that lady, now we are starting to know her, but in Uganda, most people, they import products from Turkey. I think she will give us the contact if there is anyone who wants to ship some goods from Turkey. We might contact her and she can help us with the logistics.
I guess absolutely so, right, Tuna?
Yeah, absolutely. It's very easy for us. We would be
Okay.
happy to do that for sure. Yeah.
Okay,
So
thank
connect
you.
with her, Lucia. I will give her, give me 1 second. So now I need to make a note. So Lucia and Blessing, I will send you her contact detail directly. All right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Madam President.
Okay. And then you can get in touch and see how we can do stuff together. So
Yeah.
lots of people are dropping off. I can see that. Any other questions, Lucia?
I think that lady as a shipper, we can work with her because you have a lot of products. We even have one of our members. She's dealing in Coke, Agnes. She's making leather bags with Coke. Maybe she can help us to connect us with the people in Turkey who might take that Coke and other products because we have good products in Uganda, fresh ones even.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we
I
can
give you
exchange information about that. Yeah.
Good. Thank you,
Okay.
Lucia. Wonderful.
You're welcome. Oh, you're welcome.
Any other questions or comments or any ideas? We are more than welcome to hear. I give another 1 or 2 minutes. I know Fortuna is also very late. So give me 1 sec. I need to prepare for a meeting. We need to drop off. That's fine. Anyone else? You've got 1 minute to raise your hand. Nothing? Good. With that, we did a meet and greet. We will share our video vitally, and you will be contacted by our presidents in different countries now. Tuna, stay tuned. And we hope to do something together with Logifem as well, something big around the overall sphere, the ecosystem of trade and logistics, hopefully next year. With no further ado,
Yeah.
yes,
hope
that's
so.
all. Yeah.
Also brainstorming, we can also think of if it is, of course, it would be suitable for OWIT as well. We can create a WhatsApp group between some OWIT members and Logifem members as well, if that would be convenient from your side, so we can exchange more information and we can organize something together so we can help all those ladies and women to exchange business and information within this WhatsApp group chat.
That's not a bad idea. I think that will make sense. So let's do that with no further ado. That will be great. And I will share this when whoever wants to be part of it, we just share the link and then they can be part of that. Good.
Exactly.
That also will eliminate that we need to forward each other's, contacts, because there we've got the information. So we'll see.
Yeah, that would be much easier. So it can be a casual one and we can motivate each other. We can inspire each other, or anyone, anything they need, they can just chat. They can just send it over the group chat.
Good. Awesome. Sounds a great opportunity and way modality to collaborate and support each other. Okay.
Okay.
So, Tuna, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate the meet and greet. Likewise, hopefully we could also explain what OWIT is doing. And with no further ado, I wish everyone a wonderful continuation of their day, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much, Tuna.
Thank you so much, Julia, for this opportunity. I'm so happy. I'm so excited about this partnership as well and get to know more OWIT partners and what we will do within next year. Let's see and let's work out more together because we are stronger together. Thank you so much.
Absolutely agree. Thank you so much for coming and listening to us. And we thank you so much. Have a good one.
Thank you.